call the City Commission meeting of June 11th, 2019 to order, and I'm going to ask the clerk for roll call.
Mayor Weissman.
Here.
Vice Mayor Landman. Here. Dr. Marks.
Here.
Commissioner Mizrahi.
Here.
Commissioner Narotsky.
Here.
Commissioner Shelley. Commissioner Weinberg.
Here.
Mr. Wasson. And Mr. Wolfen.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Can we please all rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let me ask the city manager if there are any deletions or additions to the agenda.
No, Mayor.
Thank you. The next item is special presentations, and it's our Employee Service Awards, and I'm going to turn that over to the city manager.
Good evening, everybody. Tonight we have the honor of recognizing two officers from the police department who have served the city of Aventura for 20 years. That is an accomplishment in just itself. Could Officer Ocasio come up? I tried practicing saying his name properly, but after several attempts, I just was going to go with Ed. First of all, congratulations. Thank you. Now, the following information I'm going to provide to you was given to me earlier by the chief. Officer Ocasio is an instructor for motorcycles, and he's very well respected. He's actually doing a course up in the Hard Rock Cafe for several other agencies. The chief, informed me that he's a hard worker. But one of the things that's most notable about Ed, he goes, don't be wanted, because Ed is the guy that's going to find you. And he, in my old days, we used to call them hunters. And there's certain people certain police officers have that innate ability to find people who don't want to be found. I was never one of those people. However, they exist, and we're thankful that we have them because, the chief told me of several arrests that you made, wanted for homicide. But these are, you're out there always looking for the bad guy, and we certainly appreciate it. So I want to just congratulate you for your 20 years. I'm not going to make you make a speech. Thank you. Captain Freeman, would you come up? Captain Madison Freeman joined the department 20 years ago also. The chief also provided me with a lot of backup information about you. His nickname, he likes to go by Big Country because he likes to fish and hunt. He was promoted to captain in 2017. You would not know it by looking at him, but 16 years ago, he actually left the department briefly to pursue a career in race car driving. Thankfully, it wasn't successful, so he came back. But to tie that together, in I guess it's the annual EVOC, which is the evasive driving test course, he was the winner of that year, and Chief says you still owe 4 tires to the department. He's also has a bit of thrill seeker in him also. Recently, a group of officers from Aventura went skydiving. He was one of them. I know because I was there and witnessed it myself. But he's a great leader, and he's one of the guys that will be the future of the Aventura Police Department. So I just want to congratulate you. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations. The next item on our agenda is our consent agenda. And I'm going to ask if any member of the commission would like to remove an item from the consent agenda. And I'm going to ask for a motion for approval of the items on the consent agenda made by Commissioner Shelley, seconded by Commissioner Mizrahi. Can I please ask the clerk for a roll call vote?
Commissioner Dr. Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Mizrahi?
Yes.
Commissioner Narotsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Shelley?
Yes.
Commissioner Weinberg?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Weissman? I'm sorry, Vice Mayor Landman?
Yes.
And Mayor Weissman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We have no zoning hearings on our agenda for tonight, so we move on to ordinances, first public reading, and I'm going to ask the city attorney to read the ordinance. If you're following, it's item number 7.
Thank you, Mayor. An ordinance of the City of Aventura, Florida, amending Chapter 36, Retirement, Article 2, Police Pension Plan and Trust Fund, in accordance with changes contained in a memorandum of understanding between the city and the Dade County Police Benevolent Association by amending Section 3622 definitions, by amending Section 3623 administration of the retirement plan to address board composition, by amending Section 3626 service retirement benefit to revise retirement criteria, by amending Section 3629 vesting and termination to revise vesting criteria, by amending Section 3635 deferred retirement option program to revise drop participation, providing for a repeal, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date.
Cool. Thank you. Can I have a motion for the approval of this ordinance made by Commissioner Dr. Linda Marks? Can I have a second by Vice Mayor Landman? I'm going to request that the city manager review this item.
Thank you, Mayor. 2017, a collective bargaining agreement was reached with the city and the PBA, and one of the items was retirement, and after review by the state, which looks at all these types of retirement plans, an item needed to be corrected. It dovetails with the resolution that was in the consent agenda, and this really is to correct an oversight that the retirement age from 55 to 57 needed to be addressed, and basically what you see in front of you now is the way it was addressed and hammered out. It had to pass muster with the state so we could get the 185 money that comes in every year, and as you see it here, that's just the correction to it. It's just to correct the bargaining agreement.
Okay, let me ask if any members of the commission have any questions about this. Commissioner Shelley.
Yeah, City Manager, just a quick question. Does this have any financial impact on the city?
Very, very small amount. I'll have it exact by the next reading, by the second reading.
Okay.
But it was de minimis. And the downside was if we didn't make this correction, we wouldn't be eligible for the $500,000 of 185 money that we use every year.
Okay, thank you.
Any other commissioner? Okay, let me open this item to public comment. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to speak to this item? Okay, then I'm going to close this item for public comment, and I'm going to ask the clerk for a roll call vote.
Commissioner Dr. Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Mizrahi?
Yes.
Commissioner Narotsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Shelley? Commissioner Weinberg?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Landman?
Yes.
And Mayor Weissman?
Yes,
Motion passes on first reading.
thank you. Next to item number 8. It's our second reading and public hearings, and I'm going to ask the city attorney to read the first ordinance A.
Thank you, Mayor. An ordinance of the City of Aventura, Florida, granting to Peoples Gas System, a division of Tampa Electric Company, a Florida corporation, a non-exclusive franchise in the City of Aventura, authorizing Peoples Gas System to use the public rights-of-way and streets of the city for the purpose of constructing, maintaining, operating, and extending gas lines in the streets and public places of said city thereon and thereunder, providing for a franchise fee, providing the terms and conditions of such grant, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to ask for a motion for approval of the ordinance made by Commissioner Weinberg, seconded by Vice Mayor Landman. Let me ask if any member of the commissioner has any questions or comments about this item. I do. Let me ask the city manager, could you please discuss the franchise fee and how that impacts the city?
This franchise fee is for 30 years, and it allows People's Gas, or TECO as I call them, to operate and maintain gas lines that go throughout the city. One of the big changes with this franchise agreement was in the past agreement, the the transmission of gas other than TECO's gas that they supply, we were not eligible for fees on that money. And you'd be surprised, most of the gas that goes through TECO's lines are not theirs. So now that that has been changed, our annual fee that we would receive will go up from roughly $10,000 a year to just over $90,000.
That's great.
It's a significant
That's
change.
great. That's very significant. Anyone else on the commission? Okay, then let me open the item for public comment. Is there anyone in the public that wishes to address this item? Seeing as there's none, I'm going to close it for public comment and ask the clerk for a roll call vote.
Commissioner Dr. Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Mizrahi?
Yes.
Commissioner Narodsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Shelley? Commissioner Weinberg?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Landman?
Yes.
And Mayor Weissman.
Yes,
Motion passes on second and final reading.
thank you. I'm going to ask the city attorney to read the next ordinance. It's item B.
Thank you, Mayor. City Commission in its capacity as the Aventura City of Excellence School Board of Directors, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Aventura, Florida, amending Ordinance 2018-07, which ordinance adopted a charter school operating and capital budget for the Aventura City of Excellence School for fiscal year 2018 to 2019, July 1 to June 30th, by revising the 2018-2019 fiscal year budget document as outlined in Exhibit A attached hereto, authorizing the city manager to do all things necessary to carry out the aims of this ordinance and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Let me ask for a motion for approval of this ordinance made by Commissioner Narodsky, seconded by Commissioner Shelley. Let me ask if any member of the commission has any questions or comments. Okay, then I'm going to open the item for public comment. Does anyone in the public wish to address the commission on this? I'm going to close the item for public comment, and I'm going to ask the clerk for a roll call vote.
Commissioner Dr. Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Mizrahi?
Yes.
Commissioner Narodsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Shelley? Commissioner Weinberg?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Landman?
Yes.
And Mayor Weissman.
Yes.
Motion passes on second and final reading.
Thank you so much. We have no resolutions for public hearing, and that brings us to reports. We can certainly tell it's summer in Aventura by the length of our commission meetings. Are there any commissioners that have any reports that they would like to share? Vice Mayor Landman.
Just for the listening public, and anybody who has kids or grandkids, we have an exciting program coming up at the Aventura Arts and Cultural Center. It's the Summer Family Film Series, 3 different movies, Sunday, July 14th, Sunday, August 4th, and Sunday, September 8th, free of charge. All you have to do is go on the website, sign up, reserve your tickets, and there will be other family-friendly activities at the Cultural Center as well.
Thank you. Commissioner Dr. Linda Marks.
I just want to recognize our volunteers. We had the honor of honoring them this past week, and we certainly would like on the record the fact that we are so thankful for everyone who volunteers to make our city great. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, are there any public comments? I'm going to ask the city attorney to review with the commission members the purpose of this item.
Thank you, Mayor. This portion of the meeting is for the City Commission to receive input from the public for any matters of which are pertinent or of concern to the citizens concerning the city. However, it is not a time for the Commission to engage in a back-and-forth discussion or to make any comments. It is simply to receive public input If any follow-up is subsequently needed, the city manager will follow up with the concerned resident or other person. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Do any members of the public have any comments or wish to address the commission this evening? It really is summer. Okay. I know of no other business unless a commissioner has any business. Then I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Narodsky, seconded by Commissioner Mizrahi. Thank you so much. This meeting is adjourned.